are so odd. You're more like a game show host. You are so odd.
Were you a little chilly there?
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly down here now. It's good when the sun's up, man, but then you feel that desert cold when the sun goes down.
Dang, man.
I like my vest weather though.
Fuck yeah, me
This is
too.
my essence. I didn't even realize I was a vest guy until like 2 years ago. Got one from like Savers or something, and like I didn't take it off like all winter.
Damn, I wish Ben was here. He's my vest friend, dude. We wear vests
Oh,
together.
oh yeah?
We could all wear vests together, man.
Oh man, we'd be the vest around.
Oh, damn.
You're the vest around.
Although I quit wearing them, but Ben stays strong. He keeps wearing the vest.
Oh man, you gotta bring it back.
Yeah. I need to experiment with more style. I want to be more fashionable when I play music on stage.
Yeah?
I need,
What direction you thinking?
I think like I want to dress cool. I want to be cool. I want to be a cool guy.
So what are you now? Are you like what are you like Hawaiian shirts up there?
No, you know what I've been doing for years is like Western, like vintage Western shirts,
Yeah.
which is cool. But then I'm stuck
That,
in it. Like I can't just pull off a t-shirt then.
yeah. You could just lean into that. You could get a cowboy hat too.
Oh, that's
Some
tough, man.
boots.
That's tough because that's a direction I'm trying to steer away from.
Yeah. Fuck it, man. Move to Austin
I
and
would.
hit that.
I'll be in Texas in January.
Are you?
Yeah, we're doing a podcaster retreat slash. I have a show booked with my buddy Daryl at a country club, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's the same place that they filmed Tin Cup.
Oh,
So
sick.
we're gonna go golf on the Tin Cup golf course in
Oh,
January down
dude,
there.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man.
Yeah, that's a great location shoot.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What's new with you, buddy? Are you stressed?
Oh man, I'm super stressed, man.
That sucks. I got that
Like,
text from you the other day, and I felt terrible for you.
uh, I yeah, it's up and down. Like I'm kind of manic
You're manic.
these days. Like, yeah, like if I can stay right, and then I don't think about it. But like, I mean, I'm house sitting here for my buddy Jason right now,
Oh, cool.
but I'm sure like when I go home, I'm sure there's like a legit like eviction notice under
Oh
my
no.
like I'm waiting on some I've seen it coming, but like I'm waiting to see if I get approved for some like some state and like county assistance or
Yeah, get some
whatever.
assistance. Yeah.
But it's a waiting game. It's like I don't see why it shouldn't be approved. So I'm just like hoping it will be, and that'll buy me some time here.
Where else there is? There's got to be
Yeah,
fun
stop crying.
jobs, man. That's the thing. You want a job that feeds you and nourishes you, not a job that takes from you.
Yeah.
And it's so hard
I
to
was
find.
I was loo- I know. I was looking online and like to say that like if it all falls apart, then like it'll make room for something else. I
Yeah.
was looking online and I saw this job in like Northern California, but it was like a work study volunteer program for like this Buddhist retreat center.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can take yeah, so you can like you take classes, you get room and board. You have to commit to it for like 6 months or a year. But you can stay longer if you want, but like I mean, that's something that I've been wanting to do for like
That would be so cool.
a long time. I know. So like if it all but like
Yeah, that is.
so if the assistance comes through, then like then I'm stuck in my lease until April.
Right.
But if it doesn't, then like
You're free.
I'm like out by Christmas, I guess. I'm gonna like
Hmm.
I'm gonna appeal it anyways, like just to keep it going, because
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use the system that way and just keep it keep it in
Filibuster.
limbo.
Filibuster.
Yeah, I'm gonna filibuster you. Right, right. I'm gonna ride it out and wait for this miracle here.
Well, it either way, it's going to work out for you. What's the
Yeah,
worst possible thing that can happen? You're
lose my
homeless.
apartment.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, yeah,
but where would you do you have a place you would stay? Do you have friends that you could hop in with for a minute or
yeah. I can definitely do some couch surfing here and there.
yeah, you don't want to be on the
Like I don't.
streets.
No, no, I'm not. I don't want to be on the streets, but like,
No, I wouldn't no. No, you
yeah,
just come on back
but
to Duluth if that was the case.
yeah, yeah. No, like Jason, who I'm house sitting for right now, he's a painter. Like he
Yeah,
painted
that's
this up
cool.
here,
That's really cool up there.
but he's yeah, this is the Airbnb that I lived in for the first 4 months here.
Oh,
But he's been
okay.
a really good. He's been a really good friend. He's got an interesting story. He's been around. Definitely gonna have him on the podcast before we lose the studio, before we lose the Pelipan portal. We got to get him on there. But like he's in California right now. He drove a commission painting he did to
Oh,
somebody
cool.
out there. Yeah,
Wow,
and
good
like
for
I mean,
him.
yeah, like he's painted backdrops for like Broadway and Vegas and
Wow.
done all types of murals everywhere and shit. But like he's turning 79 on Monday.
Oh, he's
But
an
it's
older
like
man then.
yeah, yeah, and just kind of now like starting to pop.
Man, I
Yeah,
would
I
love
won't
to
tell this.
talk to him.
Yeah,
I would
yeah, like I
love to
won't.
talk to him.
I'll let him tell his story.
Yeah, that'd be so
Uh,
fascinating.
yeah, yeah, I think you guys would vibe too. Um, but yeah, all that to say that he's been a really good friend to me. He's just like a very mentor, father figure. It's
Cool.
nice to have somebody to talk about art with.
Yeah.
But he said he's got a couch for me. Like I
Oh.
got a couple friends that I can bounce around to. We're hoping it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, and it most likely won't. Things usually don't work out that way. There's assistance, there's program, there's parachutes, there's stuff you can do. It's just it's stressful as shit.
Yeah,
I've been there, man. I understand that stress. It's awful. It's hard to sleep.
yeah. Or all I want to do is sleep.
Oh, you go
Like the
opposite.
yeah,
That's
like
yeah.
well, like yeah, like sometimes it's neither. Like I just like want to sleep, but I'm also like I have so much to that I could be doing
Right.
that I still feel guilty about the sleeping. But the couple days before I started feeling good, I just like I slept a lot and like binged some TV. Like I just and like I emoted through it too. Like oddly, like I binged through Big Mouth
Big
again.
mouth.
I got
Oh,
all caught
sure,
up
yeah.
on that on the Netflix.
Well, if you're all right, man, I worry about you, dude. That's a stressful. Whatever, you're gonna be fine. Fuck it, whatever, man.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck it, whatever,
Hey,
man. We're
hey,
gonna be fine.
I got a question for you,
All right.
and I thought about it right before we started because I made a choice, and I don't want to show it on camera now unless are the California raisins, in your opinion, are they racist? Remember the
um.
California raisins?
Yeah, I know. I definitely remember the California raisins. Like I can't remember them singing. I remember like the toys and stuff.
It was supposed to be like the
And
Temptations,
yeah, yeah.
but
Um,
I got these glasses, dude. Look at this shit.
that seems kind of racist.
Right? I was just looking at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on. I just poured a Guinness into it. God damn. That's
Oh man.
100% fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it's,
Oh, dude, they're coming for the California raisins now. They're about to get canceled.
hell yeah.
They're about to get brought up to the surface and
Oh,
canceled.
I'm keeping it.
You gotta.
Jeff brought this whole set to me from Oregon, so it's staying. 1989 California raisins glass.
It was a different time in '89.
Yeah, they didn't really care so much about how. I mean, these cartoons are. This is like really on the nose.
Yeah. Oh, I was just watching. Speaking of more TV talk,
Hmm.
I was also like I also got caught up on the latest season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Oh, the
and
most recent, yeah.
yeah, and that California raisin reminded me of the episode where they're at Risky Rats. It was like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, that's right. Where they were looking for the breasts, the boobs under the
Yeah,
animatronic.
the animatronic boobs. Yeah, and everything was just like they had changed everything because everything was terrible before and like outdated and racist and
Right.
uh but like they had a bit about like this purple monster that was like he had a black voice played by a white dude,
Yes.
and they were trying to figure out like, and Charlie was all on it like he was all in defense of the monsters, like we should like we well like purple monsters need to be represented, like there's monsters of all colors, yellow, red, blue, orange.
It's
And
just
Dennis
very,
was
yeah.
yeah, and Dennis was more on the racist tip of it. It's like, well, should be represented by like it should be voiced at least by a black dude. But like the purple monster, yeah, just like the purple monster reminded me of the California raisin there.
Yeah, totally is. Just the whole look is pretty rough.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. You know, it's interesting. I was born in the 80s, and it's just, I don't remember it being bad, but
No, it was just kind of normal. We just really didn't think about it. But like in the in like the neighborhood that I grew up in with like or hung out in with like the Lost Boys,
hmm,
like it was they called it the projects, but it was Duluth projects, like whatever, like it wasn't like Marcy
oh,
or anything like that.
whatever then.
But like yeah, but it was just like it was just old townhomes pretty much.
Yeah,
But like it was a neighborhood and it was super eclectic. Like we didn't even think about it.
right.
There was a large Hmong population. There was like Somalians, Nigerians, few types of Middle Easterns. There were Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans,
It was a melting pot.
regular black folks, whites. Yeah, we didn't even think about it. Like we'd even like we'd we'd have these like fake play rumbles when we were kids, but like
Yeah,
we'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go fight the Hmong tonight. But it's like not because they're Hmong,
right.
but like just because that's the group of kids that we're fighting. So like we're like rumbling with the Hmong, but it's like has nothing to do with that.
Oh, I like that.
But like we just didn't like think about it. But like if anybody else was listening, it's like, are
Yeah,
you guys racist? It's
yeah,
like
totally.
no, these are like my best friends still to today. It's funny.
I always, I probably told you this story before, so it might be old news on here, but I always remembered growing up in my neighborhood because it was mostly white, and then there's a few black folks in down the street and whatever. It was not 100% white, but one of the black kids' name was Adam as well, and we were good
Black
buddies,
Adam.
but everybody
Yeah,
called him Black Adam, and I remember being like, oh, growing up, you didn't notice at the time because he's leans into it because that's what kids do is they lean into it when people
yeah,
mess with them. But then growing up, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of, I get it now. I kind of get the privilege side of that now.
yeah,
And, just small little pieces like that. But that probably affected his whole life
yeah.
in a way.
But I mean, yeah, yeah, it did.
Hmm.
Sorry, but Black Adam just kind of rolls off the tongue.
It makes sense.
Like I like it, dude. This old lady tried to gold dig on me back in Iowa when I was still living in Tinkerbell on the road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like that that memory of the like I wrote a blog post about it, and like the memory of it came back on Facebook today. It was called Muslims and Sugar Babies.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the first episode was about like this dude who thought I was a Muslim
Wait,
and
I
like the
remember that.
exchange that we had in that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember this.
I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
That was a wild time. That was my last city. I was in McGregor, Iowa. Like that was my last city in Tinkerbell. Like for those of
Yeah.
you who weren't there, Tinkerbell was the van that I lived in for like I'd say we had a good 6 months together.
Yeah. About half a year.
Co-
Yeah.
yeah, a couple months in Duluth, um, through Michigan, Illinois, back through Duluth for a quick spell, Iowa, St. Louis, and then I sold her to fly to California to take care of my uncle. And I was there for 7 months. Back to Duluth for a year, and then I've been in Santa Fe for the last two.
Were you in St. Louis, right? You said?
Yeah,
Yeah, St. Louis, yeah.
yeah, I was in St. Louis for a couple months.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Trying to put that in the timeline. God, it all went by quick.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, and that's 5 years.
Isn't that crazy?
A lot of shit happened. A lot of shit happened along the way.
So tell that story though. The guy thought you were a Muslim.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's like a Sunday morning in this like little dive bar or whatever. Uh, I'm just watching football, like drinking a bottle of Miller Lite,
Yeah.
like minding my own fucking business, like completely, like just like actually like just intently zoned into the TV, friendly, but
Yeah.
like just I'm in my zone. And then like this dude sits maybe like seats away from me, and then he's just like I can feel him staring at me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like yeah, and like I just get tired of like ignoring the fact that he's staring at me, and I'm just like, and nicely and calm, he's like, "How you doing, man?" He's like, "Ah, it's all right, man." Like I'm a fucking like feral dog or something. Like he's trying to approach me. Um, but like we get to like we get to talking or whatever. He's just like making small talk. Uh, and so he loves photography, so like he shows me, he pulls out his phone, and there's like porn on his screen.
Oh, God
And I
damn
was
it.
like, I was like, holy shit, man! Like, what are you about to show me? And he's like, no, no, man, don't worry. I just like big fat pussy. That's all.
God damn.
Like, and then he had some cool landscape stuff to show me behind that. Um, but like, we talked for a few minutes, and then like he's just like taken aback, and like he's just like kind of wowed. And at first, I'm just like mildly offensive because like, or I'm mildly offended,
Yeah.
assuming that like he didn't think I was gonna be as intelligent as I looked or something like that, or like
Oh, okay.
like that's what I'm initially thinking that he's about to say next. And it's like, okay, cool. But
You're pretty smart
then
for
he's
an
like,
Islam.
yeah, no, but then like he's like, oh, you're not a Muslim at all, are you? It's like, hey Jay, you were right, man. He ain't no fucking Muslim.
Wow. God, I love
It's
that.
just like, yeah. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like now I don't even know how to be offended. Like something's wrong here. But like, because like I'm not offended that you thought I was Muslim, but like if I was Muslim, I'd be pretty offended. So I feel like I'm
Yeah.
offended for them. But like,
I feel like I should be
I don't,
offended, but
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
And I don't know how to emote
something's,
this.
yeah, yeah. This is a weird, like, I'm stuck in it. I just have to play it out.
I want to be angry at you, but I'm not.
Yeah. But like,
Wow, how weird.
super weird.
In
But
Iowa,
like,
right? So
he was,
where was
yeah,
it in Iowa?
McGregor.
McGregor, Iowa. Okay.
But like, he was genuinely trying to understand a Muslim person because like, it just kept getting better and better because he explained the situation to me, which didn't, which, okay, so he's just like, now like I gotta admit, man, when like you came at like saw you walk in here, just sat down, minding your own business, not saying anything to anybody, and it's like, and like I'll admit, like I got angry that you were sitting there, minding your own business, sitting next to like,
Wow.
and then something Muslim to his friend Jay, and then Jay's his brother, a little more rational, but just like, dude, maybe like you don't even know if he's Muslim, first of all, and like
Right.
who cares if he is, and so he's
Right.
like, yeah,
Well,
and he's like, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna go talk to him.
huh.
So like he was trying to like, I think that would have like, I think he got to grow through that a little bit because it was like me, and I was
Yeah.
like in it for the bit. But like if he had have done that to a Muslim, like it would have gone a very different way.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
like I saw what he was trying to do. Like you're trying to understand, but it's in a very ignorant way.
Yeah, it's interesting because well, Muslim wouldn't be in a bar to begin with.
Right.
You know, they can't drink alcohol.
There'd be no point for him. But like again,
Yeah, but it's super interesting because it's like it's it. I don't know how to word it because, and I'm trying to make it funny, and I don't know how to make it funny either. But it's a hilarious situation to be in, a mistaken identity. But it's like
yeah,
interesting how the burden of the burden of explanation is on the Muslim at that time, even though seemingly doing nothing wrong. Sitting at
yeah,
the bar,
right,
yet the burden of explanation is on them.
yeah,
Like it's just
and
bonkers
like
to me.
yeah, because he was admitting his thought process was wrong for being angry that I existed, minding my own business in the bar. But
So,
like,
but does an honest
yeah,
racist make it okay?
I don't know.
Because I
It makes it
appreciate honesty because everybody's kind of
yeah,
racist.
it's not as bad. I was about to say it's better. Like no,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as a dishonest
Yeah. At least
racist.
he's not a hypocrite.
Like I yeah, like I would rather yeah, like I would rather you be like blatantly disrespectful and honest if that's how you feel than to be nice to me and do it like
Yeah, yeah,
behind my
yeah.
back, whatever.
Right, right, right.
Oh man,
It's really funny
dude, we
too.
got
Oh, sorry,
oh
because when you think about like all the like stereotypes, like if like I have like every like mainstream black stereotype, I kind of have.
yeah,
But I
like what?
well, like I like. Oh, don't put me on this. Don't put me down this
Oh, like
rabbit
I
hole.
have said you're the blackest dude I know. I've told people that.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a really funny. Like I'm loud in a movie.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you gotta talk. You gotta talk through it.
I'm a
Don't go in there.
I'm a
Don't
talker
go in
through a
there.
movie. I mean, I love watermelon.
Uh,
Oh well,
I mean, well, that's
everybody
black as hell, man.
does.
Yeah, everybody loves watermelon. Everybody loves fried
But it's
chicken.
just really funny. It's just a really funny thing because all these stereotypes, we all kind of have them. We're all kind of have.
Yeah,
We all are that person.
yeah. Just some of them are just like
Like, what's a Muslim stereotype?
compartmentalized.
Like, I don't know. I mean, like the
I-
terrorist thing is really the worst, worst thing possible.
Yeah,
But Islam is such a peaceful
yeah,
religion, so it's so interesting.
right. Yeah, so like maybe he thought I was gonna like blow up the bar or something. Well, that's
Yeah,
his favorite bar, which makes sense to be worried about it. I get
I
it.
guess. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like having the Westboro Baptist Church represent all Christians. It's like
yeah,
it's just interesting. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, people don't know
But
though too. They get spun on the news. The news kills people.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, like, dude was a truck driver and like he'd been around, but like grew up in fucking McGregor, Iowa.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not much of an Islam
There's a
population there.
yeah, there's a the mighty Mississippi runs through there.
Yeah,
It's a little river town. So I'm sure that they got like a riverboat and they got a riverboat in the mainstream or a main street.
a lot
They
of
should have called it main street.
a lot of Mennonites. A lot of I don't know if it's Amish or Mennonites there. They have a big Mennonite population in that area.
Dude, I respect Mennonites. Like that's commitment.
I got
Like
hammered
you
drunk
have
with some Mennonites one time, and
oh yeah?
yeah, and I played I played in like a band with these guys for one night in Eagleville, Iowa, actually in that area, and I was very drunk, and they weren't because they can't really, but I
Yeah.
was playing a gut bucket bass. You know what a gut bucket bass is with the big broom handle and a where you
Oh
go
yeah.
back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah.
I was playing a gut
Yeah.
bucket bass with them. They had a guitar that was the things were broken, so they could only play slide guitar on, a fiddle, and the gut bucket bass. And I want to say that was it. There might have been and a jug band. So I was essentially playing in this redneck band with these guys in a
Yeah.
barn on the 4th of July, playing Three Dog Night covers. They knew every Three Dog Night song known to man, and I was just like keeping
That's
up on this
incredible.
bass. And then in my drunken stupor, we set off a bunch of fireworks. And then I don't remember how I got home.
Ooh, so you were hammered and they weren't drinking?
Well, if they were drinking, I don't know, but I'm assuming they weren't because I don't think
Yeah.
Mennonites drink.
No, that's why I was like, that's why I was surprised. So you got hammered with some Mennonites.
Yeah, I was drunk, and I was because I
Yeah.
was at another party. I was at another
That's even
party, like
better.
on the property, like near the property, and met up with them. And then I ended up going with them to their barn and playing music with like a Mennonite community.
Oh, dude,
It was a wild
you
night.
were you were on that was an episode of fucking Letterkenny.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something, man. I was 23,
23.
23, 24, something like that. It was before Lucy was born.
Wow, what an adventure for a young man.
Back when I was really partying. Those were when I really partied.
Yeah.
Before Lucy was born, dude, I partied.
I partied, man. I fucked.
I partied, bro. God, those are funny days.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta love them. The fucking second night in Iowa, or no, this was the first night in Iowa. This was the Saturday, like it was like Halloween weekend or whatever. This old lady tried to like make me her sugar daddy. Like I don't even know what you'd call that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I called it a sugar. Yeah, I called it a sugar baby, but like that's not it. Like
Yeah, I don't know what that term is.
yeah,
An
I don't know.
old
Like
lady was trying to get a young man's money.
yeah,
Just a gold digger. That would be an old timey. That would be an old timey gold digger.
an old timey gold digger.
What were those guys
Yeah.
called that had the mule and the that would sift for gold? I don't know. I guess
Is there a name for him?
I don't know. There has to be a name for him.
Oh.
Like you better watch out for coyotes in those hills.
Oh yeah, it's like
Prospector. She's an old prospector.
Yeah.
That's what the term
old
is.
prospector. Yes.
She's an old prospector.
Oh, that's okay. That's what's going in the book then.
All right.
That's
She's
what's
an old
going in that
prospector.
episode when I get to that point. The old prospector of McGregor, Iowa.
Oh, that's the name of this episode. The old prospector of McGregor, Iowa.
Yes. But yeah, man, like she was just like, I was just at this, I had just gotten into town or whatever. Like I picked McGregor because there was a free spot to park. Like that's how I chose a lot of my destinations. Like you said, you can park there for free. So it's like, all right,
nice.
we'll go there. And the scenario was like perfect on another end. Cause in this bar, like there was this group of like hot teachers just like partying and like letting off steam.
Yeah.
And then like I got intercepted by the prospector.
All right.
Yeah. Like it was the teacher thing was almost too on the nose for me to be comfortable. Like this feels like a fucking movie. And then I just like psyched myself out because like of course it's not a movie. Or like, so like trying to let go in a situation that seems like a gimme.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that was a clean Costner right there.
Yeah.
Before I understood the term. And I overthought it. And instead, like I didn't want to make the prospector feel bad by like abandoning her to like talk to younger, hotter women.
Oh God.
So I'm like in my head about it. But then like eventually, and like she starts telling me about like these guys that like couldn't take care of her and stuff like that. And like eventually we get to the real, because this was at the end. This was near the tail. I was in St. Louis. I went to St. Louis after this. And I was going to St. Louis because I pretty much ran out of money. So at this point, like I had like no money left. I was just enjoying my last time in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So like once the prospector figured that
We'll
out.
bleep that out.
She just like totally like turned off and lost interest. It was super funny. It's like, I don't know what about, like, maybe I was wearing like, maybe she thought like I was wearing a tracksuit and I had my beard and probably this hat on too, actually.
Yeah.
So like
You looked
Maybe she thought
exactly
I was
like you
some
look
rich.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a software
I think,
developer.
yeah, yeah. Or like, yeah, some rich Muslim just like because it might because being on a road trip like that and writing a book, it sounds like it would probably sound like this guy has his shit together
Like you can
and like
afford
he
to do that.
prepared for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It
No,
probably
not the
sounded
case.
like I could afford to do that. Like, swoop.
No, I'm writing a
I
good
can't.
book.
Yeah, yeah. I'm writing a good book, baby. Like, I'm writing this is the book.
Yeah.
I'm living the book right now. We're gonna write about it later while I'm writing this other one.
Oh my God.
But yeah, super, super funny.
Man.
Like that, and but like stuff like that always just kept happening. But like that was just kind of it was a weird epiphany moment for me too. It's just like I could keep doing this and have like lots of fun stuff to write and talk about, but like I wasn't actually like writing the book. I wasn't actually writing Pete and Gwendolyn grew up at
Right.
the time.
Yeah. You
Like
were
I
just,
was trying to do all these things. I was trying to live an epic life, write about that. Like,
you
and
know, it's really interesting because, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no,
Finish your thought there, please.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
It,
It was a good place to cut me off.
it's interesting because I was reading Norm Macdonald's autobiography. Have you ever read that?
Hmm.
It's
No, I haven't.
it's by far the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life. It's the
I've,
funniest thing in the planet because it's totally fictional. He did not stay true to what happened. Like he says he doesn't want to
yeah,
write fact, he wants to write the truth. And so but it's
yeah,
completely hyperbolic and exaggerated and hilarious. But he was kind of ruminating about how he's going to do this process, and he's thinking, and it's in the book too. But he's like, mostly, if autobiographies are terrible because if you think about your life, you wake up in the morning, you get a bowl of Count Chocula, you eat it, then you think about you better go to the store and get some stuff to make some good ham sandwiches for lunch. But you better sit down because you haven't finished digesting your Count Chocula yet. And then you think, what should you do for dinner? You better make that plan. So basically, your whole life is eating and then figuring out how to eat food. Like, it's pretty
dude.
boring.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's like that. The 2 days of like binging Netflix to like emote and like just power down. That's what that felt like. It's
Yeah,
like if this is existing, man, like this sucks. Like what it
yeah,
like makes me fucking grateful that I have bliss to a bliss to follow.
yeah. Because
Because I think
life,
that's
yeah, it's just little sprinkles of amazing moments that make up a life. It's not every day.
yeah,
And if you're chasing it for
yeah.
every day, God, I can't possibly write down in a if I were to write an autobiography or a memoir or something, I can't possibly write down every fun party I've had
No,
because they're really
no
not
way.
that fun to tell about. They're fun for me to remember. But like if I were to think about like I have all these videos of Lucy at her birthday and at her parties and stuff. Like take all these videos and pictures and all these things. And if I were to it's like if I were to show her the videos of her birthday party, it would be so boring to watch because it's just kids standing around and yelling and talking and it would be so boring for her. But
Yeah,
her memory of it is probably how much fun she had and all this stuff. Like you almost don't want to ruin that memory by actually knowing what happened.
yeah.
So
Uh,
how do you write that in a way that compels how do you really share your memory with others? You can't. So you just have to have these little sprinkled moments that make up a life. I don't know, man.
yeah, yeah. It's a wild process. Like even if you don't want to publish a memoir, like everybody, I think should like just write down their stories and put them somewhere because
I'm gonna write one just for Lucy to have.
yeah,
I want to write one just for her, especially since I've been given this gift where I can write well enough to actually, you know, give a story and tell and
yeah,
rather than just remember.
yeah,
I feel like that'd be a waste to not do that for her. I would love to have that for my father or my mom.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like yeah, a whole legacy because like and then it's just like there and you don't have to talk about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is me. Like, if you really want to know me, like, I don't want to sit down. But like you said, like, there's been so many amazing little moments that
Right.
like have completely shaped who I am, and you as well, and all of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, sort of like, oh, okay, let me sit down and tell you everything about me.
That's
Like,
hard.
no,
And
yeah, yeah,
do you really want to face, like, I think about, because I've started one a couple of times because I want to write it to where I can remember a lot of things well enough. I don't want to wait till I'm 60. What if I die next year?
yeah,
But I always get to the parts of the story where it's like, do I really want to explore this deeper? Like, do I really want to talk about the the losses I've had in life? Do I really want to dig into these things? Some of the lessons I've learned came from really hard things that I've faced, like everyone.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, definitely.
I feel like I've learned from them and I've healed, but there's still parts of them that I avoid. Do I really want to open those back up and dig into them again?
Oh man, I think you do.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
personally, like yeah, if you're also like if you're you might have to be a sadist too because it's gonna
Yeah.
fucking suck.
Yeah, it
Uh,
really is. It's gonna hurt. Yeah.
But I think it'll help a lot of people. Like I know personally, like from hearing other people's stories and like being a person that emotes through story, like hearing those stories and having things that are relatable to me,
Hmm.
like is a valuable coping tool and helps me understand things a little better when you put it into story. So I think
Sure.
writing your story will allow other people to do the same and like because we're not alone, like you've said, there's only 7 stories.
Right.
There's a, and and everybody's gone through the same thing, it just looks a little bit different.
Just a
So it's like,
same template, different input. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't know, because also with these things too, I was thinking about it too. It's like, how honest do I really want to be about things? Like, do I really want to
yeah,
share? You know, when my grandpa died, I remember when my grandpa died, I would kind of, I was hurt from it. It really did bother me in a different way than
yeah,
like when Jim died or when other, it was a different loss because
yeah,
it was a natural loss. You're supposed to lose your grandparent. You're supposed to. And I
yeah.
remember, you know, I was like 25, 26. I would use that to talk to girls and stuff. Like I would use that in nefarious ways. And that's a very honest thing to admit
Yeah.
that, but I guarantee everyone has.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
so
I've
how do you
like,
face that, you know, like
yeah,
and admit
like
that?
it wasn't my grandma, but I've definitely been like, I've used some bad news to like, and like it's not like I was faking being sad or whatever, but
No,
like
exactly. Exactly. It
yeah, it's just like
yeah.
I knew that I knew how you would respond. If I share this with you, I knew how you would respond and it'll be positive. So
Yeah,
like I'm gonna do
it's not
that. Like
nefarious, but
yeah, yeah,
it is a sense manipulation. It is of a
yeah,
thing, and
yeah. It is. I'm gonna all of a sudden decide to take the comfort or to take the console of this pretty girl in this
yeah,
hard time that I'm going through
yeah, totally. And you
because
know,
she's all about it. Yeah.
how honest do I want to be? Especially if I
Well,
want my daughter to read it. How honest do I want to be? But
I think she'd appreciate her dad being honest.
I think
But like,
there's
yeah,
more to gain from honesty than there is from
yeah.
dishonesty. So
I got real honest in how to write a novel in 5 years.
yeah, yeah.
It's like not that much about writing a novel at all.
No, I know, I know.
But
Yeah, it's a very
yeah,
brave thing to do and a very cathartic thing to do. But it's also like, oh, geez, I don't want my
yeah,
mom to read it. I don't want to talk about drugs and parties and things like that. And but there are real lessons to be learned from it all.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So
Um,
I don't know.
well, like, and a bumpy segue from that. It's like my mom's definitely not gonna read it. Um, but this, it's been kind of wild. Like some of this, like I don't know if you believe in like energy time stamping things. Like you pass like the memories of like a trauma or something like, or sometimes I feel kind of get like stuck in an area. So without even realizing it, like the time of year that that bad thing happened comes around and you
Oh
start
yeah,
feeling down.
I feel that. Yeah.
Like you're not, yeah, like you're not thinking about it. You're not consciously thinking about that thing,
Hmm.
but like your energy's all funky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a lot of the time, so like I definitely believe in that. And it's kind of wild because for a bunch of the episodes and segments that I've written for the past season, and like especially today, but I'll get to that, have come around. I've been writing them in like the quote unquote like anniversary of like the times in question. So
Mm.
like it'd be in that month or whatever.
So you can kind of get in
And
touch
yeah,
with the feeling.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Sometimes for better and sometimes for worse. Like it was definitely helpful and emotive writing my grandma episodes.
Mm. Yeah, sure.
Um I read the episode where she dies
Uh-huh.
in like in real life and like in how to write a novel. Like I talk about that, but like I read that at the adult story time open mic
How'd that go
and
over?
like I near like I held it in, but like I nearly cried. Like I nearly cried.
It's
Like
good
I
writing.
still,
It
yeah. Thank you.
well, I've said this before about that specifically because it's very honest about it. But I wonder how people connect to it, when they're hearing it out loud in person.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's still like there was a couple there. They kind of came in. They came in at weird times too, because it's like every track is I don't know. They're all over the place, but like everything weaves together
Mm-hmm.
into the story. So you kind of have to. They're fun stories if you just hear them initially, but like the story is great when it builds.
Mm.
Um, so like today nowish or actually like tomorrow 5 years ago is the point that I'm leading up to now. Like I'm writing season 2 and that starts with the call to adventure and then refusal of the call. The first portion of the refusal of the call is like my first like Lost Boy summer. Like that was great. Like but like I completely decided to put off writing until the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in this time that I was going to pick it up, like I got I got like smacked with these like fucking repressed and suppressed memories of like getting molested as a kid. And it just like came to the surface and like I don't know, it was a lot probably like a lot of things I think triggered it. Like there is something specific that there is a yeah, there was something specific that really like
Yep.
triggered it, but like it had been building up
Yeah.
for a while. Like I think definitely writing and like telling that story because even Pete and Gwendolyn is fictionalized, but it's based on real occurrences. So like I think writing that story definitely unearthed some stuff, and um, yeah, talking through it with my last Wendy, and they had a lot of similarities in there. But yeah, and it was wild too because like it felt like I had just it felt like I was going through it. It felt like I was 10 again. Like it felt like I just
Ah.
got molested.
Oof.
It's like so it's like it was hard to talk about because it's like, oh, what's wrong? It's like, oh man, like I'm fucking hurting. I got like somebody put a finger up my butt. It's like when?
Right.
Yesterday? Like no, like 20 years ago.
It was a
But
while
like
ago, but I can still
I
feel it.
just yeah. Yeah, yeah, I still feel it. Like but yeah, that dude like that finger but like and first of all like just get it out of the way. Like it was like my mother.
Uh,
But like that finger up my butt, like that was like the butt plug to so many other fucking like emotions and repressed shit. Like it was like that was fucking weird on its own, but it was more about like the emotional abuse and shit like that. And
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit came fucking pouring out.
Oof.
Um
Did that feel better after, or because it's one of those things where, like you say, it's a timestamp, so
yeah.
it's kind of circular.
It's like it felt awful. It felt awful coming to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Um when I had to tell somebody about it, once I did, like it felt a lot better.
Yeah.
But then it was just like I couldn't put it back in then. Like I still had to deal with like because like she was still in my life at the point,
Uh-huh.
and like make family taking sides and stuff, and who believes what and why now, and like there's just a lot of dynamics to it, and
Yeah.
a lot of the reasons why I never said anything when I was like a kid or whatever. And
Right.
like
Which
I
is
can
why
and
most
like
kids don't.
yeah, yeah. And so like but it was actually like a good buddy of mine. Like he was usually a BU regular. His name is Jay. But he was at Sir Ben's like that night. Like and it was this night 5 years ago at Sir Ben's or whatever. And dude, I was fucking hurting.
Yeah.
Like I like dude, and I made this plan. Like I was just like I was gonna get because I knew my blackout clock. Like I knew when I was starting to like
The Blackout Panther was
things were
coming.
starting to click. Yeah, yeah, the blacked out Panther's coming. So I knew how much time I had before like I turned back into a bumpkin.
Right.
So like
Yep.
my plan was to get like as like hammered as I could at Sir Ben's until I got that point. And I think I even like took a roadie that night with
Yeah.
like I got like a random like bottle of beer, which I never do.
Nice.
But like I was just like not I mean I was always chilling in a positive mood, but like
Hmm.
that night I was just like awkwardly positive. Like it was a
Oh,
weird like passive aggressive way to cry out for help. Like
overcompensating.
some yeah, like
Yeah.
like but like happy but empty
I
inside.
totally get
You
that.
know,
I've been there.
yeah.
I've got called out for it before.
Did you?
Yeah. So, but not this, your story still. I
Oh
understand
yeah.
what you mean.
Okay, right on, right on. Um but yeah, like, and there was only like one person that got that. Like, it was just a weird passive. That's a Minnesota cry for help right there. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna act super. I'm gonna act so like nothing's happening. You're gonna think it's weird, and
Yeah.
then ask me what's wrong. Um, but like, yeah, Jay was like the only person that noticed. But like, and like, he ended up like following me outside and sitting with me on a bench until like I just like admitted what was going on because my plan was to hit that was to drink the blacked out panther potion
Yep.
and then go down to Lake Superior and hopefully pass out there
Right.
and either and it because it was snowy in winter too, it was
So
cold,
either,
so like
yeah.
I was either gonna drown or freeze to death,
Hmm.
but like that was the plan because I
Couldn't cope.
I didn't know, yeah, I didn't know where to go, like I didn't feel like I could talk about it with anybody and I couldn't hide it anymore. And
Yeah.
like all the implications of what would happen to like even her reputation or the people that know her and like what's going to happen to our family because of it. And
Uh-huh.
it's like I didn't really know what to do. But like
And and were you blaming yourself? Did you feel like that was because of whatever decision you would make, there's a consequence?
yeah, yeah, I was definitely blaming myself. It's like cuz like I could just keep holding it
Yeah.
and maintain like the status quo like I
Right.
have
You feel
been.
like you have to just have to carry an extra burden for the sake of, keeping the peace,
Yeah,
keeping things
yeah.
together. Hmm. That's a lot.
But like, but once I let that go, once I just told one person, then it was just like I couldn't put that back in. And like I think, and also, like I still had the book, but like I wasn't. That saved me in a second. The having the book would save me later on in the journey. But
Uh-huh.
like this time, it was just like fuck, like nothing was worth it. But then like the next day,
Hmm.
I and then I was late for work the next day and but I couldn't stop bawling after that, like I had to go home, and then
Interesting.
I called my yeah, like it would just wouldn't I opened something and
Yeah.
like I couldn't, and just like even like I don't know, like it was just like for weeks, but like that next day I called my cousin Tori. She was like very close to me. We're more like brother and sister growing up, and it's like I just like had to tell her. or like I just had to tell somebody or whatever, and
Hmm.
like,
How was that
and it
reaction?
helped. Well, it was met with love
Good. I'm sure it was.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and understanding and acceptance, and um but like also with kind of an expectation to be like, well, like, okay, well, that's it then. Like,
Oh,
was never supposed to like confront my mom about it.
interesting.
Yeah. And then and that comes and then it's yeah, it just like yeah, it just kind of makes it weird for everybody. And like yeah, that's and this is all in the next season of How to Write a Novel in 5 Years.
Not
So
everything
if you
has
want
to
to
be a plug, John. You can just talk about your emotions.
man, I just like I don't know how, man.
I
It's
know
weird.
it is tough. And you know, a lot of it comes with you didn't ask the right questions about it too, because I don't want to push too much, especially because if you're not comfortable sharing this on this, you know, we could cut whatever out,
Well,
dude.
yeah, no, it's like I'm comfortable sharing everything about me. It's
Yeah,
just like I just want to be delicate and ginger about like the
yeah,
other people's stories.
I understand.
And it's like I take more liberty in that in the novel itself is why I say like I'll get deeper into that and like
Yeah, yeah,
how those relationships have kind of like evolved and like how they're affected today and the things that have happened with that.
uh huh.
But yeah, but like I'm open to anything, and it's just like also weird because like it's your mother too.
Yeah,
So it's like and there's that
it's very tough.
yeah,
I
and
can only imagine.
there's that stigma. It's like but it's your mother though.
Right. You're
But
supposed to do
it's your
anything
mother.
for your mother. You're supposed to die for
Yeah.
her. You know, like that's.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it's like is there a scale? Is like can she like what's like the most heinous thing that she could do? And it's
well,
like it was like well, like tell me where the spectrum is so I can know when it's okay to like
right.
feel fucking something.
Well, this is where. Gosh, I don't know how to even. This is going to sound crazy, but this is where like that Taoist mentality comes back to it. The attachments. The attachments are what create the
Hmm.
outcome. What you want from that situation is what's causing the suffering. You can love someone in a very, very free way, and with
Yeah.
an understanding to where their whatever happens is on them, whatever your choices are on you. Like I even think about that with my daughter. It's like I have to be able to let her go completely in order to really give her the correct kind of love that allows zero suffering. If I were to lord over her every decision or everything, or if she were to get sick or die or do something terrible, if she were to go to prison or something like that, these are these are things that I can love without limits and yet realize it's separate from myself. You know,
Yeah.
and it's such a interesting balance to have. I can't. I'm only speculating because I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like with your mother, but it's got to be similar in that you can love somebody, forgive somebody, but it doesn't mean you have to forget, and it certainly doesn't mean that you have to that their actions and their their problems. You know, people have abusive parents that are have mental issues that have all sorts of things that it's on them.
Hmm.
You know, but the kids carry
Yeah.
it because of exactly what you're saying. The kids carry that weight
Yeah.
because there's this
Yeah.
expectation, and it's a crazy
And it's
expectation to have.
yeah, and it's then like and she does like have like she does suffer from mental illness. And it's
Hmm.
like what like personality disorder, but like it's also
Hmm.
not like all her fault. Like stuff like um
Yeah.
well, I mean, she's in control of her actions because she knows when and whom
Yes.
she can't get away with. Like it was, because like again, like with the finger in the butt thing, like it was never like it was weird because it's not like a sexual thing, and it's like also like, well, why didn't you just like? But it was more of like a
A
control thing,
power thing. Yeah.
like
Yeah. A control
power
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, like she felt powerless a lot of her life,
Mm.
and felt dismissed a lot, and like
Yeah.
having a child was the one thing that she like had
She
possession and
had
ownership
dominion
over.
over you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if I say like and then also mixing with like her mental illness, like and my shaman kind of broke that scenario down for me a little bit too, to
Mm.
where it's like there was at times like she probably viewed me more. She felt herself was as the mother, and like she'd declare it all the time. But like mentally, we were probably more like she was more like my older sister that had to take care of me.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And so like when I'm not like cooperating, like if I step on a landmine, then I'm like just like ruining her front or
Right.
harshing her vibe or whatever. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Hmm.
so that definitely triggers differently.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
but yeah, it was so it's like more about control and power. And it's like that game that I was talking about. It's just like when I say I don't like that, like you take it as like, oh, I'm going to do that more. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
So like
power
yeah, and it
struggle.
like yeah. And like the grand finale was just like a big jam after an argument when I was laying face down on the bed. But like it built up to that. Like I'd be like skittish about like walking past her on the couch going through like
Yeah,
doorways and
yeah.
stuff because like I was just like waiting for it to come. It was just like I but the more I would say don't, like the
Yeah.
more it would. Like she would just like either think it's a joke or like
Hmm.
dis dismiss me for it because she can do that. Like it's her property, you know what I
Gaslighting
mean?
you.
Yeah,
It's a yeah, making you
yeah,
think that it's not that big a deal.
yeah.
Yeah, boy. And that seeps,
But
and and I'm not speaking for you, but stuff like that seeps into other relationships as you get older, and
oh yeah,
it changes your life. It allows you to
yeah.
be treated so many different ways.
It
You're then foisted upon a new burden of your life where you have to learn extra than other people
yeah, yeah.
to
I
be
learned
normal.
I learned that along the way, definitely. Like
Yeah,
I drew the comparisons between like her and the Wendy's, and like I can
yeah.
see why I choose that and why I allowed certain things, and like
Oh
makes
man,
sense. I've been used to stepping on landmines and stuff like that.
wow.
It was just like, but like yeah, it was just like all just like all came like flooding through. Like I remember like all the time she'd give me like the silent treatment or like say she wished she had raised me different or I'm no son of hers or
Oh, it's
like
such a
and
manipulative,
like
narcissistic
yeah
stuff.
yeah
You
like
know,
you're like
you're walking on
or like
eggshells. God damn, dude.
yeah
That's tough, buddy.
yeah if I tell you're like yeah your dad's not gonna want to pick you up if I tell him how you really are. It's like
Wow.
fuck. And I would like and that affected like my relation. I was afraid to like he may have not even wanted or he may have not even had like
I'm sure he didn't.
landmines and stuff like
Right.
that. He had his own issues too. But like as far as like I don't like I felt like I was in jeopardy if I wasn't who he wanted me to be, he wouldn't want to spend time with me anymore.
Yeah.
And like cuz I didn't have that much as it was. Like I was like
Oh,
back then I was clinging to any moment that I could get. But so like that really like resonated. That really fucked me up. But it was like all that stuff. And so it just like all that came flooding back. And like I held on to that. Like so it was like November 4th, 2018. And then like I held on to that and like I drank it down all winter, like trying to get past Christmas before like it was like we didn't talk physically. Like that day was the last time we've actually spoken to each other. Like I wrote her a letter
yeah.
and like mailed it to her. And it's like, cause I was just like, at the time, that was the best that I knew how to communicate. And like,
Hmm.
obviously, I'm a fucking writer.
Yeah, it
So
makes
like,
sense.
yeah, I can communicate better. It's like, should that be a face to face thing? Who knows? Like,
It's
what
whatever you
difference
want it
does
to
it?
be.
Yeah.
That's another thing of like, what does she think it should be? No, it's whatever you want it to be. Whatever communication you
Yeah.
want it to be. And that's what you
Yeah.
chose.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
like,
it was the right way to do
I
it.
couldn't say those things without getting manipulated into not finishing what I had to say. So like, I just had to get everything out. And
Wow.
I didn't get one back until I was it was in California, like a couple years. Like I got it. She sent it so I get it on my birthday, and
Nice.
saying, yeah, yeah. saying that like owning up to like the common knowledge stuff, like never having any food and like the kind of like mild neglect and stuff like that, like but like everybody knew about that, but like vehemently denied everything else.
Wow.
And just like this 10-page letter, uh it was wild. A lot of stuff was said in there.
Did you second guess yourself?
No, no, I didn't second guess myself. It was just like it was just it was just heavy. It was just like more reconfirming. It's
Yeah.
like you're
Yep.
showing me who you are
Wow.
with this.
Wow.
And but like no matter what, like like she's good because Jesus has already forgiven her for like what she did, but like not this stuff.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
yeah, it was a wild yeah, it was a wild thing. Man, like and like it'd be and apropos to like the story that just we're writing, just like I read it once and then like I burned it in this like bucket. And like when the fire went out, like there was like this a burn hole with like one word. And I swear to you, I'm not no bullshit, it was
I,
tragic.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Like you yeah, like you can't fucking write that.
No,
Like
that's beautiful.
yeah,
That's synchronicity. That is
it is.
absolutely something that speaks to you and only you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what it is. It's like I'm not happy about it. Like it's it sucks to like good or bad, like it sucks to not have a mother in your life. Um
Yeah.
but like that's where we stand. Like I say she did, she says she didn't. And
You know the truth.
that's
Trust your
yeah.
gut. You always trust your
Yeah,
gut.
exactly. Yeah. So like yeah, like the suffering I've done behind closed doors over the past 5 years like has like not been performative or for anybody. So like I'm fucking
Suffer in
been
silence.
smiling through it and like figuring it out behind
Yeah.
the back. So it's like and I don't want this story to be about that either, but it's a major part of it because like it broke me and I had to go through something
I think more people
to
can
get to
relate
the
to
other
this
side.
than maybe you realize, John. You know what I mean? I really do think more people
Yeah.
can relate to this, whether it's a mother or a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, or something. I think people can relate to this kind of emotional yo-yo, walking on eggshells. That you're always at high alert. Your nerves get fried.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people can relate to it,
Constant
and
fight or flight.
so you're certainly not alone. I would imagine suffering in silence makes everybody kind of feel alone. People do it. I don't. I
Yeah.
suffer very very loudly. It's, I'm an
Well,
animal in a trap, dude. I'm yelping,
yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
a rare bird on
Well,
that one.
I'm trying to let my banshee cry out now with this, and just like, or maybe my lost boy crow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, but yeah, like that's why this is like as much as I don't like want to go through this again. Like I love to just like live in this happy because I'm happy now. Like I'm through it. Like not it's not real anymore. Only if it's only real in my mind now. But like I still have to get through this because I think it's important because like
Well,
I think a lot of people need to not feel alone.
absolutely. This could be helpful for people if they were to talk to you about it, or if you were to talk to them about it. I would imagine I can relate. It's just I don't really want to say publicly the person because it's certainly not to that level. But it's
Yeah.
relatable, and that's where I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
people know. So more people can relate than probably not, just not at the same level. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that doesn't matter.
But I
Levels
mean,
don't matter.
no. I mean, if one person's able to heal or emote through it or inspired to chase their bliss or whatever, then it was like fucking worth it. Like
Yeah.
all like it's like after like I know no woman has ever appreciated me comparing anything to childbirth. And like rightfully so. But like creating like creating art is creating life. Like it gestates in you, like there's labor pains, but like you don't remember it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like
Well, I use
once it's birthed, it was worth it.
I use anesthesia. I use the what's the medicine they give the
Oh, the epidural.
yeah. I use an epidural when I'm creating. So it's no big deal for me.
What? Yeah,
Just
right
the
on.
booze,
Just
you
yeah, you know.
know.
Oh yeah, there's a good amount of that too, like for sure.
Damn, what a story,
But
John.
like, but it's been a ride, man. It's been
Yeah.
worth it. So like, yeah, I can't fucking quit now.
No, it wouldn't be fair to you or anyone, you know. And
Yeah,
I wish we could get more eyes and ears on your stuff. I wish I had more of a platform that I could help you with. I feel that I'm lost in the sauce. I don't think people really care about anything I have to say anymore. So it's interesting.
it's a tough pill to swallow, but
It's okay.
I'm choking on it right now. But
Yeah.
like, it's just like,
Just keep
I
going.
mean, without the beyond the 30 people that are listening right now,
Right.
or 30 people that are tuning in every week to hear us here,
Yeah.
nobody cares.
Well,
Like,
if they got this far in the episode,
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
something stuck and made it.
yeah. My closest friends, my lost boys,
Yeah.
like we've grown up together since we were 10. Like
Yeah.
they're in my corner. They've been so fucking helpful and supportive, and like
Yeah, that's good.
just like from afar, like they've been.
You're lucky to have
I've
that.
needed them definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bring
like,
them on. We
I've
should
made,
have a Lost Boys episode.
dude,
You know
yes,
how fun that would be to get a group, just like a number of your old friends, a number of my old friends on one big thing. How fun would that be? It might be
yeah.
it might be a nightmare actually.
That would be a nightmare. Like it would be fucking a glorious one.
Yeah.
It would be a glorious one.
We'll give it 20
Get
minutes
some
and see
of
what
us to,
happens.
yeah. Because we get my buddy lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
My buddy Tony lives in Vegas. He's doing well, like with his family down there, working his way up through Caesars.
Nice. Dude,
Yeah.
get these guys on. Let's get like two of your buddies. Let's have a 4 or 5 person Lost Boys
Yeah.
episode.
And you know Seth Green, right?
Yeah, Seth. Oh, I see him often. Well, whenever I go
Yeah.
to Caddy.
Yeah.
He's good
Seth's
shit,
my
man.
oldest friend. Seth's my oldest friend in the world.
Is
I've
he
known him
really?
since
I
was
didn't know
4
that.
years old.
I didn't know that at
Yeah.
all. I adore that guy. He's such a sweet guy.
We met in Sunday school.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna have to tell him. I wonder if he even knows that we. Well, he might watch then for you, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if he hasn't, he's getting to it.
I'm sure.
Like most people, and which is like that's the pill that you have to swallow, though. Like
I
people
know.
are just like,
I know, and I'm
like,
always so
yeah.
afraid to promote it. And I share it on Instagram. I'm always so afraid to promote it because I feel like I need to get past that. I don't know why.
Yeah. Me too.
Because I feel so
It's just like,
fake. It's like,
yeah, I need to change like my mentality because
Me
it feels
too.
like I'm asking for help and begging.
Me
And it's
too,
like,
and I
no,
don't want that. I'm offering something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud. I fucking made you something, and I'm
Yes.
proud of it.
You're
Like
right.
I like it,
You're right. I'm gonna put
and you
this
just
out.
like,
Yes.
yeah. But I gotta, yeah. But like, I don't know how to fucking just say that besides just saying it.
I know.
Just like
I know.
going live on Instagram and say, "Hey, fuckers, I made something."
Yeah. Here you
Like,
go.
it's super cheap, and you can help me fucking eat. Just
Maybe I'll cut.
do it.
Maybe we'll cut this clip right there and put that out.
Yeah, that's a YouTube reel.
Yeah.
Right there.
Hey, you fuckers! I'm
19
doing
seconds.
something. It's offered. You don't have to pay me for this unless you want to subscribe for $1.99 a
Yeah.
month to Adult Storytime, where you get
Yeah.
tons of shit.
Yeah, and you can cancel anytime, but you're not gonna want to.
No, it's awesome.
But
And also,
fucking yeah.
the way I look
wrote
at it
two
is like,
books.
don't people want to be like patrons of the arts? That's a way to be
Yeah.
a patron of the art, you know? It's a beautiful,
yeah,
it's a
for
beautiful
sure.
thing. It's
keeps it going,
$2 a
like-
month, dude. It's $2
Yeah,
a month.
$2 a month. You won't even notice
It's 8
it.
quarters.
Or do the year. 12 like you get 2 books for $12.
Yeah, that's great.
You want to be a cheapskate?
Yeah.
Like subscribe for 1 month, binge it all, and then cancel.
Plus, my audiobook's going to go on there when I
Won't.
finish it.
Yeah.
And
And there's more and more content. Like I've got 10 separate series in the hopper, not including the 2 right now.
yeah,
And each of these have 6 seasons. I'm working on both seasons too. And like it's Yeah, they're like yeah, they're a book each.
I
Like I'm
wonder if I
offering
could
two
put.
books right now.
Do you have a way to sell a PDF on there
I
as
could
a file?
yeah.
Dude, I'll send you the
Yeah.
PDF to Limbo. Let's offer Limbo for like a limited couple of months. If you free download of the whole novel on PDF for a subscription.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't, and also like I don't think people get that it's like an actual like it's like a novel broken down
Yeah,
episodically.
it's a full
Like it
thing.
feels like a yeah, like it's legit. Like it feels like a but like it's like oh like your podcast and like
No,
no, it's not the fucking podcast.
no,
It's a
it's
I
great
wrote
for
a book. I
driving.
wrote two books.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
What do these people want, dude?
Right.
Oh well.
What more do you
Come
want
on, you
from me?
idiots.
Like I recorded it myself. I
Good
did all the
God.
voices. I edited it.
Yeah, subscribe. It's easy.
Right.
All right, we'll put this out on Monday.
Good.
I like doing
I
them
do
this
have
Zoom style.
yeah. Yeah, it works.
It's
I did
easier
do a
to-
Zoom podcast the other day that's coming out Wednesday
Oh, you did?
with Melissa Oatman and
Oh, for a different
At least
pod,
you-
not for Oddville.
yeah. No, not for Oddville.
Okay.
Yeah, hers. It's Unleash Your Inner Awesomeness. So
Cool.
that should
So this will be
yeah,
out before
so,
then.
yeah. So that'll come out. That comes out on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So definitely check her out. Follow her on Spotify or your favorite.
What's it called again?
Unleash Your Inner Awesomeness
Unleash Your
with
Inner Awesomeness. Sweet.
with
I'll be listening to
Melissa
it.
Oatman.
Cool.
But yeah, that comes out Wednesday morning.
Awesome.
So I'm
I'll listen to
hoping that gets a reach there.
Yeah, that'll help.
With that big miracle 4,000 subscriber pop.
Well, it's going
Right.
to happen when you don't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how this shit works. It's all right, buddy. Well, I love you, man. Let's talk soon.
All right, love you too.
Let's do next week, buddy.
Sounds good.
All right, peace out, man.
Later. Namaste, bitches.